I want to share with you the process that Haley and I go through to create our Time for All Ages presentations. This is how we told a story back in the days before Valley UU had projectors in the sanctuary. People who didn't come down front, like the adults, could hear the story, but they couldn't see the pictures. As we have learned new technology, and as the pandemic has forced us to isolate and then allowed us to come back slowly, we have changed our presentation style. My preferred mode is to have the pictures available on the screens in the sanctuary and on Zoom while reading the story from the sanctuary. We start by researching the sermon topic and asking how we can present this idea in a way that is understandable and enjoyable to all ages. We lean heavily into storybooks. This is Haley returning from the library with some of our options. We go through a lot of books before finding the right one. I read through all the books. I'm looking for a book that connects with the sermon topic, has eye-catching illustrations, and isn't too wordy, or, it can be artfully summarized. A chapter book may have all of the information we want, but we need to limit our presentation to around 5 minutes. I watch YouTube videos of authors or librarians reading the story. It gives us a good idea how long it takes to read the whole book and how the story can ebb and flow with presentation style. I highly recommend watching the video of today's author, Thomas Roberts, reading his poem. His younger siblings, who were his inspiration, are seen in the video. Search for it on YouTube using the British spelling of the word realization with an S instead of a Z. When we've chosen a book, I make digital scans of the pages and upload them onto PowerPoint, where I can edit them. This is the raw scan of the page. I clean up the edges, resize, trim, or rotate pictures, and remove the text that I don't expect you to try to read while the slide is up. Some pages take a bit more work. This is a 2-page spread with parts of the airplane on each page. On the left page, we have the tail of the plane, some text, and a wing of another plane. The page on the right has the bulk of the plane that we want to see, but there's also some text there. Piecing the 2 pages together requires some trimming to create the image of a plane all in one piece. I often create blocks and color match them to the background and then use those to cover the text on a page. This is what the finished page looks like when we have the presentation. In order for the person running tech to know when to change the PowerPoint slides, we make a slide-by-slide script for them to use, but also for us. This script was more complicated. The yellow lines were the slide animations that required an additional click during the presentation. Our goal is to have a seamless presentation for you, including all of the slides at the correct prompt. This doesn't always happen.